Greetings, traveler! Khajiit wishes you to watch this video, yes? Okay, I know. I need some training in that accent. Let's talk about the Khajiits. Of all the beast folk in Tamriel, the Khajiit of elsewhere are the most nimble warriors and savvy merchants. This intelligent feline population, which the Nords of Skyrim generally distrust, is well known for being merchants in the region. Due to their reputation as thieves and criminals, the Khajiit face discrimination in Skyrim and are not permitted inside the city gates. You guessed it, today we'll be overhauling the Khajiit experience of Skyrim. The video and all 14 mods are divided into 4 categories: Immersion, Appearance, Armor and Weapons, and Player Home mods. The purpose of this video is to enhance the player's Khajiit experience as well as the Khajiit NPCs, resulting in the game being more immersive regarding this population of cat people. Oh, and a disclaimer, probably every Khajiit name is mispronounced, I'm so sorry. Okay, let's start with the first category, Khajiit Immersion, which includes 6 mods. Project ja-Kha'jay, which is a lore-friendly diversity overhaul on the Khajiit NPC of Skyrim, is the first immersion mod we're looking at today. Since there is only one type of Khajiit in the original game, the mod's creator, Alan the Wise Girl, wanted to add some diversity to Skyrim's cat population. There are 17 kinds of Khajiit in Tamriel, as some of you lore masters already know, but as of right now, this mod adds 7 more varieties, or first stock as they're called, to your game. Narandrujo and Jizargo, both mages, which is unusual for Khajiit, are now of the lynx-like Dagirath variation. The Dagirath come from Tenmar Forest and favor living among trees over on the ground, and they are also thought to possess greater magical ability than the other types of Khajiit. Skyrim's default Khajiit are thought to be Cathay first stock, so Ahkari, Karjo, Rizad, and Vasha are pretty much left as they are, but with some cool tweaks. Karjo is probably my favorite follower in Skyrim, and now he looks even cooler. Majad, Kayla, and Rakaran represent the first stock of Cathay Rat, which are said to be more agile than werewolves. Here we have Ataba, Masaka, and Shavari. They have been transformed into Omes, which are described as man-like and resemble wood elves, which is why they paint their faces or get tattoos to prevent the mix-up. The Omes Rat are also often mistaken as elves or men, represented by Madran, Achizi, and Jizar. Since the Pahmar Rat are the largest and strongest first stock, they typically serve as bodyguards and fighters. The mod changes Dromarash, Razinda, Rajir, and Jikir into the Pahmar Rat. The agile Suthe Rat first stock are represented by Maik, Kesh the Clean, Trazuna, Jidar, and Jitatar. They are reputed to be bold-hearted and good adventurers. Lastly, we have the mysterious Tojay. Little is known about them other than the fact that they inhabit elsewhere's marshes, woodlands, and jungle. Zainabi, Tsavani, and Matasar are changed into the Tojay first stock by the mod. In conclusion, Project ja-Kha'jay adds much needed diversity to the Khajiit in Skyrim by altering the appearance of various NPCs, creating a sense of immersion, especially for those who have played earlier Elder Scrolls games or ESO and are familiar with other first stock. There are also available add-ons for those who are using interesting NPCs and Moonpath to Elsewhere, which I also recommend checking out. From the same mod author, we have a new mod called Khajiit Has Wares, a caravan camp overhaul. So basically everything you need to know is in the title. The mod overhauls the 6 Khajiit caravan camps and adds distinctive decorations to make them more detailed. Now this mod is something that I've been subconsciously waiting for someone to make, and now that it is here, I am delighted. In vanilla, these caravan camps are somewhat bare, and you can only see some crates and rugs around the camp. Yes, it makes sense that you wouldn't openly advertise the sale of, say, illegal moon sugar, but disregarding that, the camps appear to be rather underdeveloped. Khajiit Has Wares changes this completely, as you can see. Now the camps are full of treasures all across Tamriel and beyond. All of this new clutter decoration is static, so no need to worry about physics going crazy and resulting in things flying around. It's also important to remember that this mod only alters the appearance of the camps and doesn't add any new items into the game. Maybe some mod creator could catch that idea. Now I think I'm going to be a regular customer at these camps. And of course, this mod works perfectly together with Project ja-Kha'jay, and the result is great. Just look at this comparison with both of the mods on and off. What do you think? Next, we're going to add even more improvements to the Khajiit campsites with Immersive Khajiit Caravan Mules. Mules, I hear you say. Yes, just think about it. How does the caravan move everything they have from one place to another? Impossible without some help from friendly four-legged creatures. A huge oversight from the game developer. I'm joking, and fun fact, supposedly Bethesda intended for the caravans to actually use a horse. To the point, Immersive Khajiit Caravan Mules is a crucial immersion mod that adds 2 cute pack mules to every Khajiit caravan, so a total of 6 mules altogether. With the help of this mod, the traveling seems a little bit more realistic and logical. When the caravan is on the trip, the mules have everything backed with them, and when they are camped, they no longer carry anything on their back. Simple and effective. The mod works great together with the previous mod, Khajiit Has Wares, with a patch. From the mod files, you can also change the mules into a 2K retexture, which makes them a little bit lighter in color, or you can choose the adorable Enderal donkey model if you wish to do so. Even though this mod isn't a direct Khajiit mod, its small contribution helps a lot with immersion attributed to the Khajiit. Okay, enough of the Khajiit caravans. I think we overhauled them to near perfection. We can move on to other immersion mods now, starting with this amazing follower mod called Khajiit Will Follow by Rob Boberts. It adds 4 followers, Bikai, Nanak, Sarik and Makara to Skyrim, all of them fully voiced with over 8,300 lines of custom voice dialogue, and of course unique lines to each. Each Khajiit has their own fleshed out personality and have unique quests and backstories. Let me introduce each of the NPCs. Bikai is a sword and board warrior, and he lived in Morrowind until something terrible happened to him, and all he had was the dream of traveling to Skyrim and his only possession, a gold locket. Bikai can be found in Whiterun, acting as a servant sweeping the floors of the companions' barracks. He wants to join the faction, so if you want to take him on as a follower instead, you must first assist him in retrieving the locket he happened to lose.
Why are you looking at this one like that?
This takes us to a dangerous adventure to Gronvangar Cave. Nanak can be found in the Bard's College, my guy, but instead of being a musician or a poet, he's studying the history of the province. To recruit him as a follower, first you must find a book that's been lost somewhere in the college. That actually took me a while to find.
I don't mean to invite myself, of course.
If you're able to earn his trust, Nanak will open up about his achievements on learning the dragon language and his ability to actually perform some shouts, even though sometimes they fail. Now, this is something you have to decide for yourself if it's lore-friendly enough for your game. Outside of the shouts, he's a destruction mage. Sarik is a dual-wielding sneaking thief who is sitting in the Riften jail, awaiting execution because a robbery went wrong. Help him out of his cell, and you can meet him in Whiterun and recruit him as a follower. Needless to say, he's the edgy kind of guy of the bunch. Makara has come to Skyrim from Morrowind to find his dear missing brother, with whom she had a falling out recently. On the way, she was attacked by bandits and left for dead.
They took it.
You can give her some first aid and then go after the bandits who robbed her. You can experience a whole new adventure unsolving the mystery of his lost brother and grow closer to Makara. Each of the characters have their own unique appeal, and I found it so easy to get attached to them. There are tons of cool features in this mod. Support for the Forgotten City and Vigilant mods, which I hear is an amazing experience with these followers. Loads of customization, such as changing the combat style or setting the follower as essential so they can't die. The followers can ride a horse alongside you, which is made to be so simple and just plain awesome. In addition to the 4 new NPCs, the mod adds all in all 1 custom dungeon, 3 new weapons, 5 new armors, a hidden quest, and a new spell for you to discover. The characters are also available for marriage, if you can fit their criteria. Somehow this mod has gone under my radar earlier. Not only Khajiit Will Follow is an outstanding Khajiit follower mod, it's probably one of the best overall follower mods alongside the greats such as Inigo or Lucien. Both writing and voice acting are top notch, making the characters feel natural. I must say, I haven't been adventuring with my new Khajiit friends for too long, but I'm completely in love with them already and can't wait for more adventures with them. Especially with Makara and Nanak, which I adore. Give them a chance if you haven't already. This mod is certified gold. Race-specific animations are something that we're sorely missing in the 5th Elder Scrolls game. For the Khajiit, there is one simple mod to help out with this issue. Feline movement animations by Corvinus18 adds run and sneak animations for the Khajiit. Even though the Skyrim Khajiit are humanoids and walk on 2 legs, maybe they should also be able to run on all 4s and sneak felinely. This animation mod affects both the player characters and all Khajiit NPCs. Look at us go! The animations are only in 3rd person, so it won't affect the 1st person experience. The mod runs on Dynamic Animation Replacer, so you don't need to run FNIS or Nemesis. I rarely use animation mods, but I found myself to be really fond of this mod. It makes such a difference to be able to seem a little bit more agile and sneaky. This mod is clean, simple, and effective. Perfect for adding some more clear differences between the Khajiit and the other Skyrim races. Now it's time to check out our last Khajiit Immersion mod of this video before proceeding to the next mod section. BA Khajiit Speak Redux by Shiholud is a must-have immersion mod if you're choosing to play as a Khajiit. It translates every common tongue player dialogue to the Khajiit 3rd-person phrasing and mannerisms, creating a huge difference in immersion when playing a Khajiit character. Even some of the menu texts are translated. One thing to remember is that the mod doesn't recognize the race of the player and changes all dialogue to Khajiit Speak, regardless if you're playing a Khajiit or not. Just uncheck this mod from the mod manager if you're playing another character, or create character-specific mod profiles, which is probably way easier. The BA in the title stands for Badass, which is weirdly descriptive of the mod. The mod creator explains his logic with the translation, which is an interesting read. The mod also has tons of patches for mods with dialogue content for the maximum immersion. That is all for the immersion mods. Now let's move on to 3 different Khajiit appearance customization mods. We'll begin the customization of the Khajiit with Khajiit Eyes Extended by Mongo. The mod allows the Khajiit to have heterochromatic eye combinations for all eye sets, which works with texture replaced eyes as well. For those who don't know, heterochromia basically means that your eyes are a different color, and it is the most attractive feature I know. It looks just so cool. I must have this for my Khajiit. There is also another thing that really stands out for me in this mod. It's the optional glowing eyes feature, which works on both the player and NPCs and makes a huge improvement on the Khajiit characters. Just look at this beast of the night, looks way better. This feature only is a good reason to install this mod if you don't care for heterochromia for your Khajiit. Just a heads up before downloading this mod. It's in form 43, which means it's basically the older version, but it can be converted quite easily with Creation Kit. Installing this mod without converting might do bad things for your save, or it might not. Proceed at your own risk, but I found this mod to be worth the hassle. On to the next appearance customization mod. Khajiit Aesthetics Compilation by ACOD includes 3 separate files you can choose from, which are custom hair, eyes, and fangs. The eyes are for both genders, but hair and fangs work only for female Khajiit at the time. You can choose between 3 hairstyles, a long sleek style, dreadlocks, and a cute top bun look. These hairs are originally from Case Hairdos and Nox hairstyle mods, and the mod author handpicked these Khajiit appropriate styles and edited them to fit the Khajiit head. There are very few lore-friendly Khajiit modded hair available, and I find this one to be clearly the best option for the female Khajiit. The fangs added by this mod makes the player character look a little bit less like a house cat and more like a saber cat. Cute but deadly, although I'm pretty sure no Khajiit ever would appreciate me calling them cute. Anyway, this is great if you want to add a little more edge to your character. Photorealistic Khajiit eyes adds 3 new eye color options for both male and female player characters. The eyes are based on photographs of real cat eyes, and all 3 options are in a natural green color and look detailed and so pretty. The textures are in 1K resolution. Question: what are cats without fluffy tails? No, there is no punchline, I just like fluffy tails. So, of course, the last appearance customization mod I'm recommending today is Slof's Fluffy Khajiit Tails mod. The mod is simple. Install this mod and all of the Khajiit characters in the game have perfect, snuggly, fluffy tails. All of them, unless you have some modded Khajiit that don't use the vanilla assets because they won't be affected by this. So if you like cute details on Khajiits, such as fluffy tails, this one's for you. With this, we are done with customizing the Khajiit appearance. There are also other customization mods available in Nexus such as textures, so I encourage you to browse them if you're interested for more. I'm also linking down below other mods I'm using for the Khajiit appearance, but not showcased here today.
The warm sand of elsewhere is far away from here. Welcome to you.
Next, we're going to take a look at armor and weapons fitting for the Khajiits. There haven't been many beast race focused armors lately, or pretty much ever. So when I woke up one morning, checked Nexus and found this armor, I was over the moon. Inspired by the Khajiit, Lunar Guard Armor by Daedroness is a craftable ebony tier armor. It's available in 1K, 2K and 4K textures, so it's accessible for all kinds of PC setups. In this footage, you're seeing the 4K version. The attention to detail of this armor is excellent. The helm is designed to resemble the head of a saber cat with vibrant purple eyes. The glowing purple is also present on the belt, which is my favorite part of this armor. It illustrates the different moon cycles, which are fundamental in the Khajiit lore. For the beast races, it also has a special tail armor part. Overall, this armor is arguably one of the best pieces of Skyrim armor ever made by a modder, if not the very best. The design is simple and elegant while remaining lore-friendly. Currently, the mod creator is making in-theme weapons and alternative color palettes for this armor, which I can't wait to see. Created by Azura-Moonlight, the Moonlight Blade is a unique, crescent-shaped one-handed weapon, which might be familiar to you Elder Scrolls Online players. The blade was supposed to have been given to the ancient Khajiiti Order of the Hidden Moon, by the Mother Goddess herself. The Moonlight Blade can be found in Evergreen Grove of the Falkreath Hold, guarded by Spriggans. It is called Pristine Moon Crescent in the game, classified as a dagger, and has a base damage of 6. Even for a person who's not played ESO after dinging level 10, this mod is a delightful addition to the game and quite perfect for my one-handed wielding Khajiit. As we were talking about earlier, there isn't quite enough of specialized armor for the beast races. For that reason, a Nexus user called VickusDickus has created a full set of Khajiit-themed armor and weapons, and just as the Moonlight Blade, they have been also inspired by the Elder Scrolls Online. Quite understandable since the MMORPG has a lot more Khajiit content than Skyrim does. Khajiiti Apex Armory adds 8 different variants of the same cuirass. The detailing in both of the armor and the weapons is beautiful and high quality. It's a genius idea to let the Khajiit Caravan sell these added armor and weapons. But you can also make these items yourself if you have the Ebony Smithing perk and a crafting book that you can find from Skyforge. You can get this mod in 2K or 4K texture size, and here I'm using the 4K version. In addition to the Khajiiti Apex Armory, I'll recommend an addition to this mod, which improves the mod by fixing some bugs and redesigns the balance of the weapons and the armor. You'll find the extended details in the mod page. There are a lot of updates to the original Armory. I definitely think Pope Cat's Khajiiti Apex Armory Rebalanced Redux is a must-have addition to the original mod, and it improves it immensely. I hope you have had enough of all this steel, because next we're going to lay down our weapons and find a nice place for our Khajiits to spend the night. It is time for our last category, Khajiit player homes, starting with a small cabin. Right now it's autumn, which is the coziest season of the year, and I'm sure I'm not the only one who wants to stay home all day and consume all the tea I have stored in my cabinets. So what could be more ideal than spending the night in a tiny cabin and watching the sunrise? This is Rawlith, a simple Khajiit-themed player home full of features created by Dex mods. Rawlith is located near Helgen, south of Skyrim by the mountains. Accessing this player home is made easy. It has a map marker set in the map for fast traveling, and it transports you straight inside the building. It has an extra bed for your followers, so whether it's Bikai, Nanang, Sarik or Makara, they'll have a place to sleep too. The home has a lot of storage space with custom containers for all the things you've been collecting from your travels. The windows have day and night cycles for maximum immersion and coziness. Is it just me, or are these words losing their power as the video goes on? Anyway. Furthermore, to just being a small player home, the mod also adds a possibility to craft coffee and Khajiit-themed sweets. You can find coffee grounds from all over Skyrim, or alternatively find a merchant who has them in their stock. And one more thing, this mod has also something very cute and unique. The mod author is willing to add a photo of your real-life cats or other pets in the player home if you ask them kindly. So cute! It's a rare thing for a player home to feel this comfortable, but this is something Rawlith excels at. It really feels like coming back home after a long adventure out in the cold. So many times I've been wishing to have some kind of a starting home while playing a low-level character. Our last mod is perfect for this. Khajiit Campsite by Lazy Altmer is a simple campsite northeast of Whiterun. It has only the bare necessities: containers for your items, cooking pot, firewood and a chopping block, tanning rack and a bed. As we know, the Khajiit aren't really tolerated inside the city gates, so this small campsite makes it easier and more immersive to begin your adventures with. It's good to have your own little place to camp, and when this one makes a name for herself, she can move to a real place. Can you believe it, guys? We have reviewed all 14 mods. I hope some of these can enhance your Khajiit experience. Please let me know your faves from each category. The links for these mods and a couple extra can be found in the description box below in the order of introduction. I won't deny that I like anthropomorphic animals, so if that makes me a furry, so be it. Let's embrace it. If you feel me, like and subscribe. See ya!